Which artist do I think isn't getting enough attention? One of our friends who's on tour with us right now, Gaslamp Killer, put out an incredible record on Brain Feeder, I believe. Or I'm not really sure about the label, but it's an amazing album. We took him on. We love it so much that we took him on the road with us all over the country. So I would definitely check out the new Gaslamp Killer album.
I would say another guy's opening for us is Cuz Lightyear. He's breaking out of the Atlanta scene, and I think Atlanta slept on him, but they're waking up now. He's out here, got a jam with G Perico, so West Coast seem to be showing some love too. So shouts out Cuz. He's a young boy, but his people seem to be waking up. That shit might not help you in the real world.
Yeah. My thought on whether or not college is necessary or an education is necessary for being in music, I would say that based on my personal experience, no, because I got kicked out of high school. So I'm not the best person to ask. Somehow I managed to make my way though, but I went, I was putting my records out at 17 years old, so I didn't go, but I knew what I wanted to do. I always thought that college was for people who were trying to figure out what they wanted to do and were trying to get into a place where they could learn about different things and decide what direction they wanted. I think me and Mike, we kind of knew what we wanted to do at a very young age, and we're very grateful to be able to do it now, though. So
I think education is important, but what defines education should be you. If you want to be a car mechanic, it's no use in educating yourself on being a nurse. You should educate yourself to the fullest capacity on cars and mechanics, whether that takes you to engineering school or mechanic school. I think if you're trying to study forestry, you should get out of a classroom and get your ass in the forest. So for me, education is about what field are you trying to master and how much time you're going to dedicate toward the mastery of that field. So if that's going to college for you, like my 19-year-old daughter, I want her to be educated. But for my 22-year-old son, who didn't see much interest in regular college, who was really into music and sound engineering school is the better education for him.
Which is what I did actually for 2 years instead of high school. I went to musical engineering school.
I'm a college dropout.
Yeah. I was a high school kickout and I don't know. I think mine is maybe more shameful.
Whatever you want to do,
at least you got there.
Yeah, stay learning. Keep your matriculation for learning.
Biggest struggle right now while on our whole journey. I don't know. It's hard. The struggles that I've had have always been about just regular human life struggles. You encounter things in your life that are tough, and so staying focused and keeping a positive attitude and making sure that you're making the music that you want to make it's not a problem. It's not a bad struggle, but that's the fight. You always want to be inspired. You always want to be in a place where you're doing what you set out to do, and that's been something that I've been very adamant about. But it's a fight that I enjoy fighting.
My biggest challenge, I would say, not struggle, because the real life is struggles. But musically, my biggest challenge has just been always to remain in the mind state of outdoing my last thing. Whatever you did last, you just want to outdo yourself. The enemy of creativity is complacency. So, the biggest challenge is not getting complacent, I think. Terrestrial radio or regular radio is as important as the new music it plays. If I'm in every city hearing the same music, its importance wanes because familiarity breeds contempt. So if I'm only hearing the same artist, from a national perspective that I already know, then I'm going to not see in radio what I see in, streaming or online. If radio, terrestrial radio, gives the power back to the DJ to play artists they believe in, records that are bubbling, and to break new music, to give to the greater consumer culture and culture of art, I think terrestrial radio is here to stay. If not, it could be pretty scary times.
Well, yeah, but I do think inherently it's important, and I do think it is powerful, and I think that it does reach a lot of people, and that's exactly why it's important, And when you can reach that many people, man, it's a gift. It's an amazing thing, and I think the more people that can be reached in different ways, the better. Not everybody is got a monthly subscription service with Spotify. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be able to hit everybody, and Do I think that it's always been, used perfectly? No. Neither as television and neither as anything, but for us, it's an honor to get on it because we know that this is going to reach people's ears. And for a musician, there's nothing more important. If you really want to put yourself out there, then people just hearing what you're doing, or else we wouldn't even make it a career. It would just be, But we always hope that we get the music on that we make, and not, and we've never been very good at trying or caring about making music that we think is already sort of set up for being on the radio. You know what I mean? We hope to bring something to the radio at some point that's that's really us. So
I have to have marijuana and visits from my wife.
Yeah.
So weed and Shay.
Yeah. Marijuana we share directly.
Shay, we don't.
We do not share Shay. Nope. But a good vibe. That's what I need in the studio. I need to be able to disconnect from the world and get lost in the thing that I love doing, which is music, and all the other noise gets drowned out. And that's why we like making records. I mean, we made a lot of records in the last 4 years together because we found a good vibe, and that's basically where Run the Jewels is like the strongest.
I used to be a low-level drug dealer, and every day I wake up appreciating not having to do that. So every day I take as an opportunity to advance myself, and I really, look at my times of doing the things that I didn't want to do to provide for my children and myself. I honor this, and I don't disrespect this job. I don't take it for granted. I don't turn down interviews. I don't miss shows. I'm here to work. And I say that, and people, a lot of times they take it in a joking, or do you feel obligated? Like, this is my day job, and I love it like that. Like, I love my job. So for me, so I never ever in my life have to return to anything criminal. I work my ass off.
I think when you get the chance to do what you really love, you make sure that you make sure that you don't, as to the best of your ability, fumble that. And we're getting the chance to do what we love to do, and I will never take that for granted. And because it's all I've been doing since I was a kid. And so maybe the greatest thing in my life is that risk in those uncertain times when I was a little kid, when I was a teenager and deciding I'm going to be a professional musician, the fact that I've been able to follow that dream and keep going. And I haven't had to worry about the fact that I don't know what else to do. Like I can't do anything else. So, I'm grateful to be here. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
So,
Hey, what's up? I'm Killer Mike.
I'm LP.
We're Run the Jewels.
And now you know.